Best places to visit in Europe. Which other nation is suggested for a summer vacation to Norway? What other neighboring country offers such beautiful scenery? Which European nation is your favorite that you have visited? Is Europe a good place for first-time visitors to visit? Which European destinations are the most well-liked and why? Are there any other places that might be more suitable for a first-time visitor? Svalbard, Norway. Even if you love visiting cold places in the winter, it's possible that you have never traveled as far north as Svalbard, which is an archipelago of 9 islands between the North Pole and the Norwegian mainland. If you have, however, always desired to see the Arctic, Svalbard is the perfect place to go. Situated just a short flight from Tromsø or Oslo, Longyearbyen is the largest community on Svalbard, and the perfect place to begin your Arctic adventures. Visitors from all over the world come here to explore the wild natural beauty, go on hikes, and see polar bears, whales, and walruses. Plus, there's always time to stop at the world's northernmost brewery for a refreshing drink. Please remember to have a look at Secret Atlas Expedition microcruises if you're considering visiting Svalbard. Our ships accommodate a maximum of 12 guests, offering a personalized, genuine, and eco-friendly means of discovering this far-flung and wild area. Please remember to have a look at Secret Atlas Expedition microcruises if you're considering visiting Svalbard. Our ships accommodate a maximum of 12 guests, offering a personalized, genuine, and eco-friendly means of discovering this far-flung and wild area. Azores Islands, Portugal. The Azores Islands appear to be a universe apart from the Portuguese mainland, although being officially a part of it. Often referred to as the Hawaii of Europe, this isolated group of volcanic islands is located in the middle of the Atlantic. Even though the region has gentler subtropical temperatures, it is easy to understand why with its untamed scenery and deep blue oceans. If you need to escape the summertime heat of the city, this is perfect. This historic settlement of Angra do Heroísmo on the island of Terceira and the historic vineyards of Pico are 2 of Portugal's 15 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and the Azores are a great spot to escape into unspoiled nature. If you're pressed for time and unsure of where to begin, the biggest and visit. Lofoten Islands, Norway. Norway truly delivers when it comes to natural beauty in Europe. Together with Svalbard, the nation is home to the breathtaking 7-island archipelago known as the Lofoten Islands. A certified sustainable destination, Lofoten is worth seeing for its unspoiled scenery, Viking history, chance to see the northern lights, and even surfing. Because of the Gulf Stream's warmth, it enjoys a warmer climate than other locations at the same latitude. If you visit during the summer, you can also witness the midnight sun. Lofoten is a paradise for outdoor enthusiasts, offering hiking, climbing, kayaking, cycling, and skiing. Westfjords, Iceland. We could easily just mention Iceland and stop there, to be honest. Everything about it is really amazing. Make a journey to the Westfjords instead of the popular tourist destinations like the Golden Circle and the Blue Lagoon. Because they're larger and farther from popular tourist spots like the Golden Circle, like the one from Game of Thrones, and the Glacial Lagoon, they're less well-known and frequented than other sections of the nation. Why then hike to the Westfjords? It's rural, poorly populated, and has a different terrain than much of Iceland. You'll need a car to get around because it's really dramatic and difficult, but the about 107 miles are well worth it. Sintra, Portugal. Nestled amidst the breezy mountains of Serra de Sintra in Portugal, Sintra is a stunning and medieval town. If you're also in the city, you may easily do the 40-minute train excursion from Lisbon as a day trip. When you're pressed for time, Sintra is the ideal getaway destination. Discover verdant woodlands, vibrant mansions, the remains of a Moorish stronghold, and historic wells. It is worthwhile to travel around the middle of the week to avoid crowds, especially at the primary tourist attraction, the enormous and colorful Palacio de Pina, the ruins of the Castelo dos Moros, Castle of the Moors, where you can pause around the old ramparts high above the town for some fairly amazing views, are home to another of Sintra's regal place. Santorini, Greece. The majority of people are aware of Santorini's turquoise seas, blue domes, and vividly whitewashed villas that protrude. On this Greek island, however, there is much more to discover, including what is thought to be the location of the lost metropolis of Atlantis. Santorini was destroyed by a massive volcanic explosion more than 3,000 years ago. See the Minoan remains at Akrotiri and then head west to visit the Akrotiri Lighthouse for breathtaking views. The island's center vanished into the ocean, leaving behind a vast caldera, crater, in the cliffs. It's also worthwhile to take a quick day trip to Nyat Kamini Island for wonderful walks and striking volcanic scenery if you're there for a few days and have appropriate walking shoes. However, journeys to any Greek island. Faroe Islands. It's probably no surprise that we like islands around here. And the Faroe Islands is a destination Secret Atlas guests would have a great time exploring. Technically part of Denmark, although self-governing, it's an archipelago of 18 islands in the Atlantic Ocean that sit between Scotland, Norway, and Iceland, and you can fly there from Edinburgh, Reykjavik, or Bergen in Norway. This is one trip that will need a bit more planning than a lot of European holidays, especially as there are only a few hotels, B&Bs, and private rentals to choose from. The Faroe Islands are for adventurous travelers. The weather patterns vary a lot due to both the warmth of the Gulf Stream and the icy Arctic waters. Like Svalbard, it's worth visiting for rugged, untamed natural beauty, amazing hiking trails, huge mountains, and craggy bird cliffs and black sandy beaches. You can go kayaking to the impressive dragoning of sea stacks, spot puffins at Mykines, and go horse riding around the capital Tórshavn. And if you're tired from all of that exploring, you can unwind at Heimablidni, which is Faroes for homegrown hospitality. So if you can enjoy a cozy fish and chip supper at a remote 19th century home, the Faroe Islands come in at 7 and are best places in Europe to visit guide. Isle of Skye, Scotland. Scotland is a major player in Europe when it comes to untamed island getaways. The largest of the Inner Hebrides, an archipelago of more than 40 islands off the west coast of Scotland, is the Isle of Skye, which is home to an abundance of whiskey, fascinating wildlife, and breathtaking landscape. Head to the Fairy Glen, high above the village of Uig, where a landslip created a pretty stunning environment if you want to avoid the throng. Kilt Rock and Nild Falls offer expansive views of Skye's coastline. One of the most famous attractions on the Isle of Skye is the rocky Old Man of Storr, but be careful when scheduling your visit if you want to avoid the crowds. Though there are many reasons to stay longer, day trippers frequently travel to Utrecht from Amsterdam. It's first of all less congested. The city is more than 2,000 years old. In the middle of the city center are still structures from the Middle Ages, and the Romans erected a stronghold in what is now Dam Square. It is the most picturesque canal city in Europe, according to travel search engine Goro, and it features all of the capital's quaint Dutch canals. In addition to strolling along the canal, Utrecht features lovely streets, Gothic architecture, and excellent cafes, restaurants, and bars. If you enjoy festivals, summer and fall are ideal for a quick getaway. Seville, Spain. While the entire region is well worth seeing, Seville, the capital, is a great place to visit for a quick getaway in Europe. The medieval city boasts numerous tapas dishes, winding alleyways, gorgeous gardens, Gothic architecture, and landmarks related to the Moorish, Catholic, and Jewish cultures. It's a manageable city to stroll around, but unless you can tolerate walking in temperatures above 35 degrees Celsius, try to avoid July and August, which are peak summer months. It becomes pretty hot even in early autumn, and you'll notice that people take down the shutters in the middle of the afternoon to cool down. By purchasing a ticket to the Cathedral de Sevilla, the Gothic Giralda Tower, and you may see two famous sites in fast succession. The Christian King Pedro commissioned the construction of the Alcazar Palace. Subscribe now for exclusive insights and behind-the-scenes access to the best places to visit in Europe. And give your valuable response in our comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.